Okay, I think we are going retro in tech, and this time it's for good. I guess so. For watches, people are now buying normal watches instead of smart watches, and similar is the case with TWS. The sales are declining because people are replacing them and they are actually going wired. Let it be in India or globally, the sales of wired earphones are going up. Hopefully we see the comeback of headphone jacks in smartphones, like please, pretty please. And yes, we are rating them in our OG TechWiser tiers. The higher you are in the tier, the better it is. And we'll also tell you which wired earphones is good for what kind of music. I'm really excited for this one. Like personally, I've been using wired earphones from 2 to 3 years. Pratik, TechWiser, let's freaking go. Maja aayega. Now, usually to understand how an IEM or wired earphone sounds, you either look at its frequency graph or watch someone else's review or just take their word for it. But we wanted to do something different with this video, so we built this DIY setup. So we played 5 different songs from 5 different genres on all these wired earphones, and we used YouTube Music. And in case you're wondering why YouTube Music, well, this is the reason. And then we used a software REW to see exactly how these IEMs respond to bass, mids and high. And again, we are not relying solely on these tests because a machine can show us one thing, but what we actually hear in practical life can be different. So with this video, we'll give you the best wired earphones that you can get in budget price range, and on top of that, not just what's the best, but which IEM actually is for you and what kind of music works best with it. And just a small disclaimer, this budget setup might have a little bit of flaw, so we are not claiming the readings from the machine they are super accurate, but the conditions of testing for all the wired earphones are similar, and the most accurate machine costs about 10 lakh rupees, so it's a bit too much for budget earphones, like too much money. Maybe help us by signing up for membership, who knows, we'll get it. So first up, we have this IEM, the J Cali Space, and this comes in 2 variants. So we have the hi-fi one, which comes with a 3.5mm headphone jack. Now for 2,999, this is the first entry into you know it, I know it tier. And now, why did we put it in the worst tier? Before we get to that, let's talk about the pros. Now, surely the IEMs here look good with this shiny silver finish and blue ear shells. Plus, you also get a mic here. Now, the main problem is with the sound quality. And this is where we are trying to do something different. For most of the wired earphones here, for all the 5 songs, both in our machine test and in our normal hearing experience, the J Cali Space felt very average. Like, if you see in all the 5 song genres, not one of them felt energetic or had an immersive experience compared to the other IEMs that we have in this list. The bass is not punchy, and for song number 4 and 5, the vocals felt slightly muffled. Overall, here's how the scoring was across 5 different song genres. So they don't really excel in any genre, and we have IEMs worth 800 rupees that sound better than this. So if you're paying 3000 rupees for this, definitely it goes to the bottom of the tier. Now next up, we have an IEM XKZ Thunder. We got this for 2000 rupees. Now this is the first earphone in this list which is made in collaboration with KZ and Headphone Zone. Headphone Zone is a popular wired earphones or IEM seller. And we'll put this collaboration IEM in did the job tier. See, the things that are good here is the design of the ear shell. It might look metallic in the photos online, but it's not. Plus, it also has a mic with a button. Now for the sound quality, we listened to the same 5 songs on these IEMs as well, and here's what we found. In song number 1, I could clearly hear the vocals and the instruments, but the high-pitched part before the song ends, it felt a bit harsh. For song number 2, right from the beginning, I could feel that energy. The bass was thumpy, which is what KZs are known for. And that part where the chorus starts, the song starts feeling energetic. I enjoyed listening to this track on the KZ Thunder, and again, things were similar for songs 4 and 5. Now, the reason to put this lower down the tier is the tuning could have been better. Like for song 3, when Krishna's vocals and the bass kick in that section I felt the bass was so overpowering that the vocals was feeling suppressed. Overall, across different genres, here's what we scored it. So just based on the sound quality and because of poor tuning, we'll put it in did the job tier. Now, if you want a normal wired earphones under a very tight budget, we have these Realme wired earphones. It has a 3.5mm headphone jack. They cost about 350 to 400 rupees, and for the price, there's actually not much to complain about the build or the sound quality. This immediately goes to the very solid tier. Now at a similar price point, if you're someone whose ears are very sensitive and you find normal earbuds poking a bit too much in your ear, then you should get these Oppo Type-C earphones around 500 rupees. The design is very similar to Apple AirPods, it's just one size fits everyone, and these are very comfortable to wear. Now in terms of sound, Bollywood and pop music sound pretty good on this. The vocals sound nice and clear, but for hip hop or more bassy music, it's okay for the price, and basically this design is not known to be much bass heavy. Overall for the price, the Oppo earphones again go to the very solid tier. Now moving on, if you want to spend a little bit more, we have the JBL Type-C earphones. We got this for 1000 rupees, and these are straight up in the very solid tier. They have an in-ear design, so the noise isolation is better than these out-ear earphones. The good thing here is the cable is flat, so it literally doesn't tangle much. It has that again classic deep JBL bass, so hip hop, rock and Punjabi pop music sound pretty good with that nice punch. But for like vocal heavy songs or podcasts, they just sound okay. And since we are paying 1000 rupees for this, I would not put it in the GOAT tier, and hence it's in very solid tier. Next, we have the very popular Tangzhou Vanner SG2 Red Lion Edition IEM. Now we got this for around 2500 rupees, and straight up it goes to the very solid tier. It's quite popular. In fact, you might have seen an ad about this on Reels. Now have a look at the box of these IEMs. This looks so good. Like, I've never seen a box this good so far. It looks like you can keep the box as a decor item. Along with the box, there's a lot of stuff inside. I really like this cleaning cloth. And there's even an extra set of sonic ear tips. So for the price, they pack in quite a lot in here. And just like the box, the ear shells also look very good. It has this transparent design with a Chinese lion engraved on each side. The wires have this matte finish, and yeah, these are like made up of plastic. But looks wise, these are 10 on 10. It really stands out when you use them. The IEMs also has a 2-pin connection, and there's also a mic with a single button. As for the sound, the moment I played a song, Tangzhous are really loud. For all the 5 IEMs, I kept the volume at 50%, and out of all of them, this was the loudest. Now the song 1 sounds very immersive. The moment the BGM and the vocals come in, I could easily hear them both. These are very balanced to hear. Now for the song 2, the bass had that proper thump and the vocals were still clear. Even with songs 3 and 4, the bass were similar to the KZ Thunder, and the overall sound was again quite loud. But here's the problem, especially towards the end when the treble kicks in. Like for song 5, when the chorus comes in, the BGM is louder than the vocals. And overall, the bass here is good if you consider an IEM. But again, for 2500 rupees, I was slightly disappointed with the bass, because Tangzhou Red Lion was marketed as IEM with kick-ass bass, but in reality, it is not that bass heavy. Now, having said all of that, the bass is good for an IEM. It's much more neutral. It's a lot versatile. So if you love listening to hip hop, romantic songs, bass heavy music, I would say go for this. Like for the price, it's a very versatile IEM. Next up, we have the Samsung AKG Type-C earphones. Now we got this for around 1800 rupees. Depending on where and what time you buy it, you can also get it for 1500 rupees. And for that price, this straight up goes to the GOAT tier. Like, these ear tips are super comfortable. I used them for long 8 to 10 hours and I didn't feel any pain in my ears. Also, the cable here is braided. There's no tangling issues. Plus, the cable is like really strong. Now, the main reason to put it in GOAT tier is the sound quality. Like whether it's Bollywood, rock or hip hop, these sound clear and balanced. Even our hearing experience matches with our machine test. The vocals are very clear. Even the balance between vocals and the BGM is very good. And since these come with Type-C, you don't actually need to carry a dongle anywhere. Overall, this is how it performs in different genres. And honestly, these earphones deserve GOAT tier. Go get them. Now, another entry in the GOAT list is the KZ EDX Pro. And the only reason to put it here is the value that you get for the money that you pay. These cost around 900 rupees. This straight up goes to the GOAT tier. And even being a budget IEM, this still has a mic with a button. Now, in terms of sound experience, for song number 1, the moment the vocals come in, damn, it was so clear. In the TWS, the vocals don't feel that immersive, but as soon as you put on these IEMs, the instruments coming in the background, there's a good amount of soundstage. The background music and vocals weren't interfering with each other, which happens quite a lot if you buy a budget TWS. For song number 2, bass in the song brings that energy or the vibe to the whole song. Like honestly, these punch way above its weight. The only nitpicking here would be the music right after the chorus. It didn't feel that energetic. Then in song number 3, when the vocals and the bass kick in, oh boy, I liked it. I loved it. The bass felt sweet. Instead of feeling doop-chick like you feel in TWS, I could clearly hear the vocals and enjoy the bass at the same time. They were not mixing with each other. For song number 4, things felt very similar to 1 and 2. Now what's good here is what we heard with our ears, the readings from the machine even matched exactly that. Now for 900 rupees IEM, you don't ask that much. Now I really don't want to talk about cons because what would you expect more from a 900 rupees IEM, but since we are doing it, let's talk about it. Song number 5 didn't sound that good. Like right when the chorus comes in, the background music gets louder, the vocals get suppressed, and here's where it felt a bit irritating to the ear. Like the high-pitched part in the chorus, it was hurting my ears. It was so high that I needed to reduce the volume a bit. Overall, here's how it performed across different genres of music. So all in all, if you listen to all kinds of music depending on your mood, for the price, I feel the EDX Pro X are the best IEM you can buy. Like, period. Get it. Finally, we have this. This is the Opus X OP.22 IEM. Weird name. This is the most expensive IEM in this entire list. It costs about 4,000 rupees. And the reason we got it, it has a physical switch. So you can switch between the normal and bass boost mode, and this is the only feature that got me interested. I was imagining this to easily be in the GOAT tier because obviously it's the most expensive. Expensive means better. But sadly, it goes to the very solid tier. Like design wise, these have this black and orange design. It looks minimal and classy. Also, the cable, if you see, it's pretty sturdy, pretty nice. It's silver plated with a detachable 2-pin connection. Now for the sound experience, all 5 songs actually had a good balance. For songs 1 and 5, the moment the vocal comes in, the vocals and the BGM are quite balanced. And not a single place I felt like the background music is louder than the vocals. And in like songs 3 and 4, the bass was clear without getting mixed with the vocals. Now the only con I would say is this physical switch that switches between normal to bass boosted mode. It's actually a gimmick. The RTA graph shows a huge difference between the two profiles, but in reality, in our hearing experience, the difference was very small. It can only be felt in a very few songs. Overall, here's how much we would rate across all different genres. Like the normal profile is better if you want a more balanced sound, while the bass profile makes things slightly more punchy but not that much. But again, I would say if you want a good IEM which is much more balanced and suits for all kind of music, get the Tangzoo. Why would you spend 4,000 rupees? So after trying all of this, I think I finally understand why are wired earphones making a comeback. See, it's not just because of nostalgia. Yes, this tech is old, it's nostalgic, but they are also simple. You don't have to charge them frequently and you can still get really good sound quality without spending a lot. Like good TWS costs 5,000 to even 10,000 rupees. So if you want something simple, the regular wired earphones with Type-C are a good option. But if you want to try really good sound, you should definitely get an IEM once. So now the question is, are your next earphones wired or wireless? What gang are you in? Also let us know how you liked our new approach for IEMs. We'll be reading all the comments. On that note, this is signing off. See you in the next video. Pew, pew, pew.